Hey, welcome. I'm glad to have you here today. We are going to be doing an actual treatment. If you work with me, sometimes they look this way, sometimes they don't. This is kind of an unusual one. That's why I'm doing it. And so I'm going to play this recording. This was from another time. It's still very effective, and I'm going to be treating on top of that. So here we go. Get into a comfortable place where you can relax and place your hands in receiving pose with your palms up and um, try and be in a calm, rested place and attitude. And then you can close your eyes and we'll start this. Okay. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, accomplish results. Okay, I'm going to put this into my chi ball, send energy into this and into all of you. I'm working on your lungs. there's so much heaviness in there. And if I remove the heaviness, allow it to leave, any loyalties, recognize where you're holding on to things out of loyalty that are just causing pain and suffering, sorrow, grief. They're weighing you down. And thank it for what you've learned and gained over the years. But with gratitude, loyalty to suffering will never get you healed. So allow yourself to let go of those loyalties that cause harm. Some call this sin, some call this evil. And try and rephrase those relationships in ways that create growth and happiness and joy, that support others, help others, rejoice in others. And see maybe where you have misinterpreted your responsibility in an area. As Master O says, he would rather feel all the pains of the world than ever to harm another soul. And that's a lofty goal to reach for, but it is possible. And isn't that what we're all trying to do? Is live together harmoniously without hurting each other, but also letting our voice be heard, our needs be heard and met. And the easiest way to do that is by not torturing yourself, but putting others before your own ego. And I love the saying, to love the unlovable, even within yourself. Because we've all come across that person that just drives us batty, that unlovable person. And when we can lean into that and go, how can I love that? if they never change, if that's how they show up every single day, how can I still love that? And then that even goes for ourselves when we look in the mirror and we're like, ugh. Can we look in the mirror and say, how can I love that? Help show me what I can say or do or think. I can let that know that my heart is really with them. Charging up those lungs. And everybody's different. Our lung capacities are so different. There's kind of the average known capacity, but some have a greater capacity to take in huge amounts, and others not so much. Their lungs can be smaller, they can have marfans. There's lots of things that can come in and limit our ability to take in, so we just take in what we can. And it's perfectly okay if you can take in a lot, or if you can only take in one thing at a time. And recognize that that is your limit, that is your boundary. Because the boundary isn't to keep people out, it's respect. It's how we want to be treated and how we want to treat others and the expectations we have on others to treat us, including ourselves. So we can have grace with ourselves and go, you know, at this time, I can only take in this much, and that's okay. That's feeling a lot lighter. I can take in deeper breaths now. Energy's flowing. Now work on the large intestines. And there's a lot of irritation in there. This feels like a little child trying to get your attention who's gotten so frustrated, so defeated, not being heard. They're angry and seething, but they've kind of gone hopeless at the same time. So listen to your body. It's talking to you. Pain is its way of getting your attention. To say something's not right, pay attention to me, I'm trying to guide you into a better situation. And when you're calm and listen to your body and love your body and give it what it needs. Really listen. Give it exactly what it needs. If a baby were crying and it needed to be fed, but you insisted that it didn't, keep crying. Just allow and listen. And it will guide you. Sometimes our education can get in the way, and we can say, no, this is what my body needs. And it's crying out, saying, maybe if you did things a different way, it completely doesn't make sense to anything you've ever learned. It might be exactly what it needs. Sometimes even our thoughts, not even sometimes, always our thoughts control our world. Our thoughts are what creates our realities. Everything you think becomes manifest. It's all about your thoughts. And when our thoughts get very rigid, and they're not flexible, you can't go with the flow, the cycles of life. We cause ourselves pain. So we can remain calm. And we can be flexible. And we can allow things to flow through us and release it. Changing our thought patterns as we do this. Checking in with ourselves and listening to our self-talk. And asking, is that true? Particularly if you're worrying about the future. Is every thought that you have about tomorrow, the future, is 100% make-believe? You can have experience and know, usually in these cases, when this does this and this does that, then we get this. But we don't know. We can't know for sure until we experience it in the moment. And so there's no point in putting any energy into fantasy. But we can sit and go, well, I do have a fear. I'm concerned about this thing that might happen that could go very badly. Why does that make me anxious and afraid? And really sit with it. Are the coming events scary? Will it turn your life upside down? And you don't know if you'll survive it or not? Again, that's all fantasy, but the the emotion around it is real. That going down into that fear. I mean, the truth of the matter is, I'm afraid of my survival. And when you can get down to that root source and go, yeah, am I really afraid? And what can I do to prepare? And then just set that aside. Here's my preparation. And I hope I don't need it. And if I do, it's there. When I was a young mother, my biggest fear was getting cancer and dying and leaving my children without a mother. And I had to sit with that until I realized there is a God, and they were his children first. And if he felt the need to remove me from their life, he must have a better backup plan than I could imagine. I really have nothing to fear. Do I fear pain? Yes, absolutely. That's my biggest fear, because I don't like pain. And when I think about where I put my blocks up and hold on to fear and anxiety of the future, and for me, the possibility of pain, then I can see there's really nothing to be afraid of. Because I've lived through pain before, and it's very uncomfortable, and I don't like it. I'm still here. So let those things go. And listen to that inner voice that's trying to guide you, to help you. Charging up those large intestines. Kind of opened up space for them to freely flow the way they're meant to. Bruce Lipton is a biologist, and he did a number of studies on cells, particularly stem cells, that he separated and then changed their environment. And what grew was vastly different based on the environment that they were in. So our thoughts create our environment, and if we have got health issues, it doesn't hurt to take a supplement to help with that. But you can also spend a lot of money searching after the perfect pill. It doesn't matter if it's from Big Pharma or Little Nature over there. You're still looking for something outside of yourself when your thoughts can change the cells and the DNA and the mitochondria just by your thoughts. And when we create a harmonious internal terrain where things can thrive and grow and be loved and appreciated and respected, and that's what will grow. So if you got something out of balance there, think of how you're talking to yourself, how you're interacting with your environment. Are you loving it? And you can charge and activate those cells to calm, to restructure themselves, and to work in your favor. And if you are holding on to deep sorrow and grief, and think about your whole lifetime, because I can feel all the different hits where that came into your life, but it also means it came because you loved so deeply that to experience loss, abandonment, failure, created this sorrow and this grief. But it started because you loved. And you can shift that back into loving again. And when we're in the state of love, there's something also experimented with this. That exquisite time that you're truly in love, where your thoughts are always on the other person, that you are so forgiving of anything that they say or do because you're just so enamored and in such awe of this person. And all you think about is them and being with them and how you can bless their lives. When you're in that state, your body instantly heals. So reach out into your past and find times that you have felt that, where you can feel it again. And allow yourself to sit in that place so that you can become very familiar with what love really feels like. And then start training yourself to hold that space throughout the day. Not easy, but you need to find that anchor of the time when you felt that way before. Now I'm working on your heart to open and expand it. Find that time that you loved something so deeply that it didn't matter what they did or said or how they behaved. You just saw beauty. So I leave this blessing with you that each day may your heart be broad and open to see and feel and hear with all 12 senses the beauty that surrounds you, the beauty in the relationships you have, the beauty in the world around you, beauty in yourself. And may you feel in awe of this beauty every day. Growing and healing all the areas of your life that you did not have control over, so that you can let them go. Take a deep breath. Release. Wonderful. I'm going to leave this thought with you from Geschichte. The armor of God is an energetic field that is so pure and so good that in its essence rejects anything of evil nature. The armor of God is discerning. The armor of God is pure in its honesty. The armor of God is benevolent in its intent, protective in its essence, and through its unwavering commitment to purity, the armor of God does not let anything in that is not life-giving. The armor of God rejects that which seeks to destroy.